I'm Maurice Aketch, the CEO of National Construction Authority. We are here in Siaya County together with the board members representing the board of National Construction Authority, together with the team from Public Works, State Department of Public Works, to sensitize the stakeholders on the National Building Code 2024. This is the second round of sensitization series of sensitization workshops we are carrying across the country. The last one we did was around March, where we did for 14 counties. In this one, which started last week, we are doing for 18 counties. Then the remaining counties, of about 16, will be done in the next phase. So this particular sensitization and civic education is very critical to bring awareness to the stakeholders on the new National Building Code 2024, which was approved and published last year, 1st March of 2024, with a one-year transition period and becoming effective 1st March 2025, which is about 3 months ago. This particular code is a document that is replacing a building code that has been there since 1968 for about 57 years. And this is a new era, new dispensation with a new code. There are many good things in it, things to do with design, implementation, maintenance, but most importantly, also onboarding the new way of doing things, climate change, design resilience, issues to do with flexibility in terms of material requirement, and many other things. But most importantly, we are also here in partnership with the counties. We're also in partnership with the national government administration officers. This is very important because when it comes to enforcement, there is also need to bring on board the national government administration officers. And of course, among many stakeholders, various government agencies are here. The construction industry represented by workers, by contractors, by professionals, architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, developers, general public. Everyone is here. And this is going to be the new way of doing things. And we also appreciate this opportunity because they say, as much as they say ignorance is no defense, but as National Construction Authority, working together with the State Department of Public Works and working together with the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, we are here to say that we want to enhance compliance by enhanced training and capacity building to create awareness to the public and all stakeholders.
My name is Florence Nyole. I'm an architect and a director, a member of the Board of Directors for the National Construction Authority. I represent the Architectural Association of Kenya. This is one of the very many sensitization programs that we have been carrying out across the country, and it marks phase 2 of the sensitization program. For us at the authority, it's important that this building code that is now in place, that has been explained, is replacing the 1968 document that was made into policy on in 2024, but now has come into force in March 2025. The previous building code, which many could have stated that it was archaic and really based on 1968 rules and regulations and the materials that were there, was a little bit prescriptive in terms of its general outlook because it really prescribed every single item. However, the current building code is heavily performance-based, and it talks about how materials can be used to achieve certain performance. If it's a wall, you're not prescribed to use a specific material, but the material must perform in a certain way to ensure that the buildings that we're building are robust, they are structurally sound, they are healthy. We are moving towards ensuring that the buildings that are there are also not collapsing, as we have seen in the previous, in the recent times, and to also ensure that we have a code that will be then distributed to the counties, to the regulators, to the various professional bodies that are there, and also the general public, as well as the contractors who are under the purview of the National Construction Authority. So this morning and this afternoon we've had a good session. Maybe we've had both the county government and the national government represented in the meeting, and we are continuing to have the various officers from the construction authority, training the attendees of this particular sensitization. This will continue for another 2 days with in-depth technical training by our consultants at the same time. And for us as a board, we are keen to see that this building code is known by as many people as possible, and so that no one can say that they have not heard of the building code. And even as we begin to implement the same and to go to sites and look at compliance of this building code, we are not limited to past distribution. For instance, the building code that was there in 1968, but people are aware that the March 2025 is the start of the building code implementation, and therefore they will not have any excuse when you come to your site to inspect and to ensure that it meets the compliance that is required. I think further than that is to encourage members of the public, developers especially, anybody who's building their own project or developing their own site. You must have professionals on board, because the building code will be implemented through drawings, through supervision, through the watchful eyes of professionals. You need to have your professionals on board, your architect, your engineer, your quantity surveyor, your planner, in the projects that you're carrying out as described in the building code. And so it's important that we also when we come to site, we want to see the engagement of the professionals on site, and we'll be very keen to ensure that this is carried out throughout the country. Last but not least is to say that this sensitization program is just the first of many. We'll be doing this across the board. In various counties, we are going to go to a third phase later on in the year, in the new financial year. But so far, what we've done, and we've received a lot of feedback from members of the public, we'll be implementing the same. We are looking forward to having a lot of information on our website, which has a lot of information, starting with the building code itself. We also have a popular version for those who may want to have a quick peruse through the building code. We'll also be having a page on FAQs, frequently asked questions, where if you have any query, you should be able to get that information. We also have our officers on the ground. All the regions have regional coordinators who are able to respond to any queries that you may have, so that even as we continue to implement the building code, we create as much awareness as possible on the ground and where you are.
We will just take positions.